All right. Hello, everyone. How we doing? I see we have 4 people in here right now. So if you could confirm that you can hear me, that would be pretty cool. Pretty tight. Pretty cash money. You know how it is. I've never worn this hat before. I'm trying to see how it works. Thanks, Val. Thanks for being here. Yo, we did all this fucking work. Okay, I'm glad. Val says he can hear me, so we're fucking chilling. We're fucking doing the thing. Yeah, we did all this work getting this goddamn poster up, and my fucking hat is covering it. What's that about? It's fucked up. It's creating shadows that I was not anticipating. So let's see. Should I up the brightness at all? Ooh. Okay. That feels good, right? Is that too bright? I don't know. It's been a minute getting my bearings straight, as it were. Val, you have a little icon next to your name. I'm not really sure what it means. You're number one. You have the most experience points. This is a new thing. I don't know what that is, but okay. Neat. Is this too bright? I don't know. That feels too dark. We're gonna go here. You can see things better. I think it's probably better. Okay. If anyone is in the chat and wants to say hi, you should do that. You should make yourself known. But we're just going to catch up on Letterboxd stuff, reviews, things of that sort. Um, Donations, I guess tips are on, as always, as they are. You know how it is. Um, if you've been watching along, um, you know that I guess I've been doing a lot of these more uh short form videos, right? Reviewing new stuff that's out in the theater, and I'm really behind because I've been watching a lot of stuff. Um, and it actually lines up about when I did the last stream. I was looking at when I need to go back to, and it is May, and that is like the last few um, videos that I need to shoot. So we're just gonna do it here, and hopefully that'll be good. And then I'm gonna cut segments and stuff, and then you know it'll be chill. Recycling content like a pro. Anyway, um, ooh, you know what I should do? You know what I for real totally should do? I need to turn um I need to fix the settings on my letterbox to blur out any adult content so I don't end up showing titties live. God forbid, right? God forbid anyone under the age of 18 see a, or even over on YouTube, right? See a female presenting nipple. That would, I think, really, I think that would really ruin some lives. Okay, hopefully that works. Did that work? Did that work? Did that work? Did that work? Sure did. They're blurred out now. We got fucking rankings going on tonight. That's fun. Gamifying our little hangout tonight. I guess that's probably in my best interest, right? Should I get the camera over a little bit so you can see? Yeah, check that out. I got my signed copy of Multiple Maniacs, signed by the one and only John Waters, so that's pretty cool. Um, Mama Blu-ray, hi. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. And AJ Roberts, you as well. Thank you for being here. Um, Tight. I guess let's go ahead and get started. I've been vamping a few minutes now. Oh yeah, Val, I have that one and I have Polyester, I think, are both signed. Um I didn't meet him, unfortunately, but if you go to Atomic Books in Baltimore, um they have signed copies of all of his movies. And that's where I got them. So I think it's just those two. Maybe Female Trouble too? I can't remember. I'd have to go double check. I just got the ones that I didn't have um, signed anyway. Okay. I guess let's... Ooh, I hope this works. Hold on. Yeah, go take a look. Val and I live together now. I don't know if that is evident by what I'm saying, but it might be... It might have been confusing if you didn't know that. Let's go to this over here so that I'm not fucking shit up. Yeah, that looks good. Cool. Neat. Now we're over here. Andrew, hello. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being in the chat. I appreciate that. I think that's very cool and sexy of you. Of all of you, in fact. If you want to be cool and sexy, certified by me, it's a pretty good way to do it. Okay. Mic placement is bothering me. Trying to figure this shit out again. It's been a minute. It's been since, I don't know, it's been a few months at this point. Moving is hard. Surgery is less hard, but still hard. It's all a whole thing, you know. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started. I think the last one that we did was career bed. I'm not going to go over Sinners because I did a long form video on that. To like an hour plus long, so if you want to know my thoughts on Baby Rosemary and Hot Lunch, I'm also going to skip because I did Punk Vacation segments on those, which, by the way, I am going to be what am I trying to say? Uploading all of the Punk Vacation segments onto this channel whenever I can get my life and my brain together such that I have the energy to edit and upload and do the whole thing again, right? Freezing? Oh shit, I think I know what's happening. Hold on. Let me go back over here. Let me fix this. Are we back? Did it work? Are we good? Yes? Are we good? Okay. I think so. Sorry about that. I don't know why, but when I connect my Ethernet cable so that it's just hardwired into the fucking internet, cool. Thank you, Val. I appreciate the confirmation there. Hopefully that wasn't too disruptive. For whatever reason, I don't know why, when I plug in the fucking Ethernet cable, it just doesn't default to that. It still defaults to the Wi-Fi, even though the Wi-Fi doesn't really reach into this room because of the wall behind me. It's like a crazy, insane thick wall for whatever reason. And so, I don't know. This is just a room where connection goes to die. So, you know, internet connection, not necessarily social connection, because that's what we're doing here, right? Anyway, okay. Let's take you back over here. And let's go over to Deathbed, the bed that eats. This is a movie. Well, let me just read my review real quick. Thanks, Luna. I appreciate that. I think it's a nice hat, too. I have written entirely singular, funny, beautiful, strange, nonsensical, genuinely striking imagery, and genuine lulls. All hail Deathbed. Maddie says, dig the Herzog poster. Thank you. We did a lot of work getting it up into that. I might have to do a whole fucking video about my process hanging up one-sheets with archival standards or whatever, and not just throwing it in a frame or like in a magnet frame or whatever like I was doing before. That is an original one-sheet. So I'm trying to do right by these posters, even though it's not in great condition. Like, it's stained and has tears and stuff, but you know what? It's fucking, what, 50 years old at this point, so, you know. Anyway, if you want to survive, don't go near the bed. At the edge of a grand estate, near a crumbling old mansion, lies a strange stone building with just a single room. In the room there lies a bed. Born of demonic power, the bed seeks the flesh, blood, and life essence of unwary travelers. Three pretty girls arrive on vacation, searching for a place to spend the night. Instead, they tumble into nightmares and the cruel, insatiable hunger of the bed. I don't know what to tell you if you read that and you don't want to watch this movie. It's not good. That's just, you know what? Actually, I'm taking that back. This movie rules. It's really good, actually. Fucking rips. Sick shit going on here. It's like an art house movie and like a complete ridiculous like trash premise like rolled into one. Um Trying to create a bed metaphor on the fly. I guess the schlock is like the fitted sheet kind of keeping it together, and then the art house qualities are like the comforter making everything cozy and presentable or whatever. I don't fucking know. But yeah, there's like fucking ladies that like lay down in the bed and then it eats them. It's like a big fucking acid pit. It's so crazy. Like this is a borderline fetish video at times where like somebody's just really into watching shit like get eaten up by fucking acid or whatever, and you know they do that. Where is my friend Sam Deegan? Oh, I don't think she's logged it, which is crazy because like okay, her picture on Letterboxd is from this movie. It's like this amazing shot of like a skull in acid. This movie's free on YouTube. You should definitely fucking watch it. Maddie says they have to go back to work. That sucks. Are you in like a weird time, a different time, not weird, different time zone than me, or do you work like hella fucking late? Because that's unfortunate, but also I get it. I've definitely worked later than this before, so it is what it is. We haven't hit double digits yet, but we're at 8 viewers, which I think is pretty decent. If you haven't said hi, please feel free to say hi. I love to interact with you lovely people. Next is Night Cries. This movie's bizarre. A psychological thriller about a man's obsession with finding his wife in a post-apocalyptic world. I mean, I guess that's what it's about. Yeah, this is like a weird sort of, yeah, like post-apocalyptic Christian thriller. And I don't know. The ambition is certainly there. The execution leaves a lot to be desired, but I do have to kind of admire what's going on here to a certain extent. There's if I'm thinking of the right movie, there's like a lot of nudity in this. Like it's very trashy, but it's also like for the Lord, you know what I'm saying? And there's a scene where the angel of an aborted fetus does a suicide bombing. So I'm not really sure how else to sell that to you other than that. Like if that doesn't sound intriguing, I'm not really sure what will sell you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's pretty good. Next is Rosario. Okay. This one I saw with a friend of mine in the theater. You can't escape the curse. I guess not. Wall Street stockbroker Rosario Fuentes returns to her grandmother's apartment after her sudden death. While sorting through her belongings, Rosario discovers a hidden chamber that's filled with occult artifacts tied to dark generational rituals. As supernatural occurrences begin to plague her, she must confront her family's buried secrets and face the truth about the sacrifices and choices they made. That's a rough rating. I don't know that it's that bad, but I didn't love it. I didn't really like it either. It's kind of, yeah, I mean, it is. The reason I wanted to see this is because it's like a Colombian horror movie, and like, you know, I want to support like different voices in horror spaces and stuff, you know? Gotta get that Latinx fucking solidarity going on, I guess. Um, I don't know, man. This movie's just, it's okay. It's very generic. It has some good imagery. Like, I definitely, like, I look at it and I can remember stuff from it. I don't know how much of that is by virtue of the fact that I saw it in a theater and not just at home, which I think does help with keeping things memorable. But, like, you know, it's, I don't know, man. It's not that great. What else is there to say about Rosario? The ending is terrible. The ending is really dumb. But, yeah, I don't know. It's just like this girl who's like, it's very like post-Conjuring sort of horror type of thing, like very religious coded, very supernatural, very lots of jump scares, lots of creepy shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I guess it's worth a watch. You might like it more than me if you're just kind of into this sort of modern digital horror sort of thing. Digital and like it has a very digital look to it. Is how I'm using that term. But yeah, it's fine. I don't know. Um, let's move along. Next, I don't even know what this is. Oh, I remember this. Fury to Freedom. Okay. Well, load the poster. Oh, I guess the poster was too hot for Letterboxd or something. I don't know. It's on Tubi. I'm pretty sure I watched this on YouTube though. Martial arts champion Raul Ruiz was weaned on anger fueled by rage, a destructive path that led him to the brink of the murder-suicide of his family and himself. But on the darkest night of his life, someone intervened. The man who refused to show weakness faces someone. Capitalization is fucking crazy here. The man who refused to show weakness faces someone so powerful that he is finally broken and taken from fury to freedom. Yeah, I'm all about a good sort of like redemption tale. I think that's a good thing, right? I think we should give people second chances. I think people can grow and change, right? But if you're out here doing fucking murder suicide type shit, um, and this guy's just like horribly abusive and like punching all the women in his life and shit like that, but like he finds Jesus, so it's fine. He doesn't actually have to do any work. He doesn't actually have to, account for his actions or be a fucking decent person. He just has to go to church and accept Christ as his Lord and Savior, right? So it's that kind of thing. Hi, Jeff. Thanks for being here, and I appreciate it. Getting lots of compliments on the hat today. This was a $1 purchase at a thrift store, so I'm glad it's doing its work. Jeff, I feel like you're just in time for something that you'll like. Don't torture a duckling. Why are my posters not showing up? What's that about? I blocked the adult posters, but that shouldn't affect the rest of these. Hi, Dana. Thanks for being here. $1 well spent indeed. Hell yeah. If any tech people could tell me why this is happening, that would be appreciated. Let me try refreshing over here, because these are loading, so it doesn't make sense. Why? Oh. No. God damn it. Whatever. Whatever. Well, Jeff, so do I. I also love Don't Torture a Duckling. It's fucking sick. It has one of the maybe best priest killings in any movie of all time. Like, it's fucking insane. Did I just spoil that? I hope I didn't. Anyway, uh, go back 30 seconds if you haven't seen Don't Torture a Duckling. That's a my bad. A classic tale of the perverse from director Lucio Fulci. A reporter and a promiscuous young woman try to solve a series of child killings in a remote southern Italian town rife with superstition and distrust of outsiders. So this is very Erica coded. My friend Erica Schultz, I imagine, is a big fan of this. Look at that image. That's fucking crazy. There's Daffy Duck in this. I don't know how they got away with that, but he's in there. That's interesting, right? I like that you guys get ranked. That's fun for me. You guys have to compete to be number 1, 2, and 3 respectively. So, get on that, I guess. Does it go further than that? I imagine not, because there's more than 4 people that have chatted, so it would show up, I would think. I don't know, man. Don't Torture a Duckling is like fucking classic. Go watch this shit. Jeff says it's one of my favorites of the Fulci films before his classic films. This and A Lizard in a Woman's Skin. I haven't seen Lizard in a Woman's Skin yet. I have so many Fulci bangers to go, which is exciting for me. I'm gonna skip Savage Hunt of King Stack because I did a full review for it on this very live stream. Not the one you're watching right now, obviously, but on a previous one. And I'm going to be editing that segment out at some point and uploading it separately. Ooh, next one is the teacher. I want to talk about this. Let me just read what I wrote here. But this is easily one of the most vital, moving, and engrossing films I've seen all year. Palestinian voices, stories, and films are so unbelievably vital. Show this one to your Lib family members. It just might radicalize them. Bakri turns in a career-defining, vulnerable, compassionate, and deeply empathetic performance here. So, okay, let me just read this real quick too. Now we get posters? Okay, that's good. I don't know what I did, but I appreciate it. We just watched Jade. It was pretty good. I'd give it a 3 or a 3.5. Nice. Jade being the Fritian film, right? Yeah, not bad. Haven't seen it, but I want to. Yeah, okay. A Palestinian school teacher struggles to reconcile his life-threatening commitment to political resistance with his emotional support for one of his students and the chance of a new romantic relationship with a British volunteer worker. Jeff, I'm surprised you're still number 3. You're fucking cranking out these these chats. Okay. So this is a film actually produced in Palestine, in Qatar, and in the UK, which is interesting. I was told that it's just such a wildly misogynistic hellscape that nothing like this could ever happen, right? They just, if you're a woman, they just like fucking murder you on the spot, is what I've been told. Anyway, yeah, I got to see this in the theater, which I feel very grateful about. It got a very limited sort of American release in theaters from Watermelon Pictures, who has been doing some fucking great work. Still not listed here. Yeah, it premiered at a U.S. festival, International Film Festival in San Francisco. I don't know when it premiered or how long it did here, and I don't know what year to count this as. My forever autistic struggle with trying to figure out what year fucking movies should be counted for. Because it got its premiere in 2023, so that's what it's going to be counted as here and stuff. But it wasn't until like almost a year later that it premiered anywhere else, and it was not until, you know, shortly after that that it got a theatrical anywhere, and I couldn't see it at all until it debuted in the US, so I don't know how to count it as. I don't currently have it in my 2025 list, because I think it decided to count it as 2024, because that's when it had its theatrical debut. But I might change my mind on that. I don't know. But if it was on my 2025 list, it would be, I don't know, pretty high up there. Like, maybe number 2, maybe number 3, something like that. It really is like, I didn't know they had a Palestinian film festival in Australia. That's really cool. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's just so, like, it's not like, I don't know. I feel like watching like really, you know, when you say something, when you tell somebody that a film is like important, that can definitely feel like it is going to be homework, right? Or something like that. Um, and this isn't that. This is like an extremely engrossing, like extremely entertaining, but also like really, really um emotionally intensive and sort of devastating film. It's just really well made. It's really well paced. It's really well performed. I don't feel like I'm doing it justice. It's really hard for me to overstate just how good this film is. And if you get the chance to see it at all, you really should. Um, The View with Drew. Hey everyone, what's up? Hi. Thanks for being here. I will say that if you do want to watch it and you sign up to my Patreon, you get access to my Plex server, which this currently resides in. But I would love to see this get some kind of physical release, another theatrical release. I don't know. Like, it should be on streaming. Is it on anything else? No, you just can rent it. So that's cheaper than my Patreon, so you should do that. Yeah, Jeff, you should watch it for sure. Yeah, and the lead performance from Saleh Bakri is just fucking unbelievable. Like, again, I don't know what this would count for because of the years and stuff, but like it's Oscar worthy shit. And like, yeah, I don't know. It's just, I think it's really, really difficult to not understand this issue better or to not understand the Palestinian struggle better after you watch this. Like, I don't know. I don't want to say too much about it because I want you to have that experience for yourself, but it is really powerful and really incredible. So go watch that. Um, moving on to something a lot dumber. Um, we have Clown in a Cornfield. Here's my review. Extremely basic and corny, haha, but hey, you get exactly what was advertised and then some. There were so many fucking clowns in that cornfield, bro. It's true. There were numerous. Like, they undersell it. Because when I went to see Clown in a Cornfield, my one request was, well, I better see a fucking clown in a cornfield. You get so many of them. They're just like fucking clowns hanging from the rafters in the fucking cornfield. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I gave this a 6 out of 10. It's not that great. It's kind of dumb, but it's fun for what it is. And if you need some clowns in your life, like, you could do worse. There's definitely some annoying parts in here. I think the film is definitely going for kind of commentary on like generational divide and that sort of thing. Like how I guess younger and older generations tend to blame each other and talk past each other. I don't know. It's fine. If you're looking for a teen slasher sort of deal and you're into clowns, you could do worse. Catching up on chats. The View with Drew asks, what do you think is the best horror movie of 2025? I think Sinners. I think you're correct. It's definitely Sinners. Dana says, I saw the trailer for that movie and refused to believe it was a real movie. It's apparently based on a book. I think even a series of books. So it's not only a real movie, it's a real book as well. So take that as you will. And Jeff does not need clowns in his life. Yes, we've established, I believe, on this program that Jeff is not a fan of clowns. So I will move along. But let's see. Do I get my poster again? Look at that. Incredible. Amazing. I guess I'll read the synopsis. When and her father have just moved to the quiet town of Kettle Springs hoping for a fresh start. Instead, she discovers a fractured community that has fallen on hard times after the treasured Bay Pen corn syrup factory burned down. As the locals bicker amongst themselves and tensions boil over, a sinister, grinning figure emerges from the cornfields to cleanse the town of its burdens, one bloody victim at a time. Yeah. Sinners, I liked it, but it was basically From Dusk Till Dawn for me. I think it's pretty completely different from that, but I think it's clearly an inspiration. I thought Weapons was way better. I liked Weapons a lot. I think it's a lot more surface level and a lot less emotionally impactful, but I do like it. Like a lot, actually. Next is They Live. I finally got to see this for the first time. I'm sure you recognize this imagery from Being in Society. Another John Carpenter banger that I hadn't seen yet. I still have a few of his like classic films that I haven't seen yet, so I'm excited to get through those. They Live does rule, actually. Excuse me. Let's see. You see them on the street, you watch them on TV, you might even vote for one this fall. You think they're people just like you. You're wrong, dead wrong. A lone drifter stumbles upon a unique pair of sunglasses that reveal aliens are systematically gaining control of the earth by masquerading as humans and lulling the public into submission. Okay. I also got the Blu-ray for 28 years later recently. I haven't watched it yet. Looking forward to it. It's really good. It should come up today if we get to it in time. I don't know if we'll catch up all the way tonight, but I'd like to make this Saturday stream a more regular thing. And hopefully we can catch up by then. I have a lot of stuff to cover. Like, I'm behind on a lot of my projects. So it's not like there's a lack of things to talk about. It's just a lack of spoons, I guess. Motivation, fucking energy, those things. Okay. How bad is a shaky cam in 28 years? Not bad, I don't think. They like did a rig of iPhones to shoot with it. Or to shoot it, I guess. I don't remember it being too shaky. The editing is certainly frenetic and all over the place, but I didn't remember it being that bad, no. Excuse me, I'm gonna take a sip of water real quick. All right, is that better? Is that better? It's kind of better. Okay. The other two movies are where the director yelled action and dropped camera. Yeah, I mean maybe. Uh, um. Okay, They Live. This is the type of thing where I swear to God, every fucking person, every dumb person has to make a fucking asinine crack about how, oh, everything's so political now, everything's so woke now, like why can't we just have like movies like they used to be, why can't we just have entertainment, why can't we just have a good time at the movies? And then they'll put on some shit like They Live and not see the insane cognitive dissonance in those two things, right? um I was shocked at how wildly, like, I mean, God, this is the most boring opinion to have about this movie, but like this was like wildly prescient and like kind of insane. It like definitely clocked American capitalism and all these other things, right? Like pretty accurately, I would think. Um yeah, I don't know. I just don't know how you can say with a straight face that like horror has gotten too political or filmmaking in general has gotten too political and like square that with this movie existing in the year 1988, like directly skewering Reaganism, Reaganism and Reaganomics, right? Yeah, why can't we have non-political movies from the 80s like They Live again? Yeah, like for real, like bro, I don't know. Just think about the media you consume a little bit and maybe watch some older things and apply that same analytical lens and you'll see that movies have always been about things. So that's good. This movie's really good. The infamous fight scene in it, I think, is way too long. I will be honest. I think that that shit goes on for an eternity and it is kind of obnoxious. The stuff was before this, and that's a riff on capitalism and consumerism. I haven't seen that one yet, but I definitely should. I bet I'd like it. Um, Next is The Surfer. My review simply reads as follows: You eat the rat. You should watch this movie. I'm not gonna explain that because it's the sort of thing that you have to just see and experience for yourself. 3.1 is way too low of a score, by the way. This movie whips. Um, Don't live here, don't surf here. A man returns to the idyllic beach of his childhood to surf with his son. When he is humiliated by a group of locals, the man is drawn into a conflict that keeps rising and pushes him to his breaking point. Yeah, so basically Nicolas Cage is like kind of a richer guy and he goes to his hometown in Australia and he wants to take his son to like the place that he used to surf or whatever, to surprise him with the fact that he's purchased like his childhood home on the beachfront or whatever. But he quickly learns that the locals don't take kindly to other people surfing there and they start intimidating him and terrorizing him, and it just gets more and more absurd and ridiculous and uncomfortable and fucked up. And I don't know. It all kind of takes place on this beach. Um, it all kind of centralizes around Nicolas Cage's performance here, which I think is admirable. Let me tell you, if I was as famous and as rich as Nicolas Cage, I wouldn't be doing the things that he does in this movie. I'd be like, you know what? I don't have to do that anymore. I've paid my dues. I don't have to do insanely gross, uncomfortable shit on camera anymore. But my man does it for the love of the game and for what, dinosaur bones too, apparently. He's really into that. Paying off a debt or something. Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. But I love this movie, and I'm glad I got to see it in a theater. It's great. I think it's one of the more memorable films of the year, and it has a lot to say, I think, about, here's another political buzzword, toxic masculinity, and sort of, yeah, I don't know, this sort of, I don't know, this film feels like it is in response to like the Proud Boys and Andrew Tate and that sort of manosphere type garbage circle of human beings, right? Moving along. Oh, and I gave that an 8 out of 10. I don't know if I should be saying that because it's on the screen, but you know. Next is Yojimbo. Uh, and the Yojimbo poster is apparently too spicy. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe if I selected my own poster, it's not showing up, but if I go with the default poster, it shows up. Maybe that's what's going on. Anyway, Yojimbo is kind of a classic, right? Do I need to sell you on Yojimbo? I don't know. A nameless Ronin, or samurai with no master, enters a small village in feudal Japan where two rival businessmen are struggling for control of the local gambling trade. Taking the name Sanjuro Kuwabatake, Kuwabatake. I think I got it. The Ronin convinces both silk merchant Tazumon and sake merchant Tokuman to hire him as a personal bodyguard, then artfully sets in motion a full-scale gang war between the two ambitious and unscrupulous men. Tina says Mifune is hot enough to be censored by Big Letterboxd. Big Letterboxd, indeed. I've never actually seen this one. Yes, you can throw stones at me. Well, that would be a bit foolish of me to do because it was a first-time watch in, what month are we in? May? Yeah. So, I didn't see it that long ago. Yeah, I gave it a 6, and then upon rewatching it with the commentary, I bumped it up to a 7 because I think the commentary is really excellent and does a good job of like sort of explaining the influence and a lot of the technical craft going on here. But I guess just on like a pure story and sort of pacing level or whatever, it didn't grab me in the way that some of his other films have, but I do think it's really great still. Like I think it's worth watching and like a classic and probably required viewing for like your cinephile homework or whatever, right? Yeah, it's a good one. And I think it's is it a fistful of dollars that is based off of this? I think so. Anyway, Final Destination 5. So this was the last one I needed to see before seeing the new one, because after 4 it was genuinely so bad that I just gave up. But people had nice things to say about the new one, so I was like, well, I guess I'll go see that, and I guess I better see the 5th one. Death has never been closer. Death is just as omnipresent as ever and is unleashed after one man's premonition saves a group of coworkers from a terrifying suspension bridge collapse. But this group of unsuspecting souls was never supposed to survive, and in a terrifying race against time, this ill-fated group frantically tries to discover a way to escape death's sinister agenda. Yeah, this movie's not great, right? It's just not that good. I don't know. Acting is terrible. It looks trashy. It looks bad. It looks fucking 10 years older than it is. Not their best work, I have to say. We'll get to what I think is probably their best work, but it's not this one, unfortunately. I don't know, man. I've never seen any of them after the first one. Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. I mean, if you just think that this premise is fun to watch, which I kind of do, honestly, like even when they're terrible, except for the 4th one. The 4th one really is so bad that it's not even fun to watch. The rest of them are pretty much fun to watch, right? Like this one is watchable, even if it's not good. But honestly, you're probably good just to skip right to the new one because it's great, and we'll get to that. We cracked double digits a second ago, so, you know, if you're new or if you haven't said hi yet, feel free to do that. Oh, I can close that too. Oh boy. Acquitted by Faith. Did I get these confused? Is this the one where the dude fucking beats up his wife? No, that is the one. Yeah, rough ratings. 38 viewers. I'm in an elite class of people that watch this shit. There's no way I selected a poster for this, so I don't know why. It's not showing up. Haven't figured out why that's not working. But whatever. I'll try this one more time. If I refresh it, can we see that man's beautiful face? No. Well, let's see. Did I change the poster? No, I didn't. So what's going on there? The dude from fucking Starship Troopers is in this. He's just in terrible movies now. Tough break. Like, he was in real movies for a second. Maybe he just is a psycho Christian and that's why he's in these terrible movies. Although most of this is... What the fuck is this? Army Army Dog. Okay, Army Dog is apparently appropriate for Letterboxd to show me. There's one fan of Army Dog. You know what? You know what? I might pop that in the watch list. You know what I'm saying? You totally selected a poster. Don't lie, you did hardcore research to find the perfect poster. I always do. I always do. I leave no stone unturned when I'm selecting the perfect poster on Letterboxd. Adrian Abbott. Hi, I don't think I've seen you before, but thanks for being here. Says whenever I want to watch a new movie, I always ask Jeff to get on Letterboxd to see if you have watched it or not. That's flattering. Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, Val says we need to watch Army Dog, and so I guess that's gonna happen. That's gonna be a thing that happens, and we can report back. Ezra Kemp. Wow. Wow. Single film auteur as a man with a vision that was fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, he's just in bad movies. I don't know what's going on there, but Army Dog watch party. You know what? Maybe that'll happen. Maybe we should just do that. Be in the Discord or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Hi, I'm Jeff's girlfriend. I watch your stream with him, but figured I would get in the chat too. That's sweet of you. Thank you. It's nice to meet you. I've heard a lot about you. Well, thanks for chatting. Did I even talk about this stupid movie? I don't think I did. And like, fucking whatever. I don't understand why that's happening, but attorney Benjamin Stills is nearly sentenced to prison and finds faith in God after killing a teenage girl in an accidental car crash from texting while driving. Yeah. Some more of this shit where as long as you find Jesus, it's fine to kill children if you text while driving. Bro, this shit is just, it's fucking rough, dude. I don't know. I barely remember this movie, if I'm being honest. I know that it's terrible. Okay. A desert. Oh, I did a short on this. Tight. It's really good, actually, though. Photographer's road trip takes a dark turn when he befriends a reckless couple, plunging them into a nightmarish neo-noir spiral of unpredictable horror. Yeah, it's about this guy who's like a professional photographer, and he's like kind of losing his edge, and he's like trying to get back to his glory days and shit. So he just goes on this like crazy trip to like find inspiration or whatever, and like yeah, he finds these like psycho people at like a motel and like just goes off the rails. It's a weird one. It's very uncomfortable. It's really strange, and I like it. I liked it a lot, actually. I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad I got to see it in theaters. Yeah, I also put it on the list. It's good. I liked it anyway. It gets pretty fucked up too. I don't think I've seen or even heard of any of the rest of these, but yeah. Check out my short on it because I filmed it more close to after I actually watched it, so I probably have more intelligent things to say about it there. Autoerotic. Will it let me show this? It will not. Probably for the best. There's titties on it, even though they're drawn. God forbid. They are female presenting, so, you know. Okay. This was put out by one of the Vinegar Syndrome partner labels, maybe Utopia? I don't remember which one. But it intrigued me, and I wanted to check it out. And it is co-directed by Adam Wingard, the guy who does the fucking new Godzilla movies and shit. So, I wanted to see his origin story a bit, because he's doing weird, horny movies, apparently. Who is this guy? He also did other stuff, sure. Okay. Autoerotic follows four interconnected Chicago couples as they explore the boundaries of self-pleasure and sexual exploration through a unique blend of outrageous comedy of in-your-face sex. Autoerotic insightfully illuminates the private sexual lives of America's urbanites. That sounds a lot more salacious and sort of interesting than it is. I didn't think it was bad. Like the sort of omnibus nature of it makes it such that you never really get bored because you're watching different things. But I don't know. I honestly don't remember too much about it, which is crazy for a movie with that sort of description. I think though you get to watch Adam Wingard like jerk off at the end of it or something. So I don't know if that's of some kind of prurient interest to you. You should go check that out, I guess, right? Um, yeah, I don't know. It's short. Oh, the mumble chorification of the giant penis puppet from Romeo and Juliet. That reminds me, I need to finish watching Romeo and Juliet. Started watching it with a friend, and they vetoed it about 20 minutes in, so I never got around to finishing it. But I guess there's a penis puppet in it, so that sounds pretty good. God, I'm trying to remember anything about this movie. There's this weird sequence where like I don't know, like this couple's like trying to open up their relationship, but they're just really, really bad at it. Like they're doing shit that's like straightforwardly like not chill. Um, but whatever. Romeo and Juliet essential viewing. Yeah, well, I'm gonna finish it at some point. So that's my commitment to you. Next is Thunderbolts. Oh boy. Okay. So this is the this is the first Marvel movie I'd watched in some time. Because I just really gave up on the whole. Well, I guess I should say MCU movie like that I had seen certainly in a theater in a long time. I think Iron Man 3 was the last time, or maybe Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one. I don't remember. It's been a minute since I have engaged with this at all. But people kept assuring me, oh no, this one's actually like really good. It has like really intelligent and thoughtful and nuanced things to say about mental health and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, you know what? I can be a fucking normal person. I can like not be an annoying contrarian. I can fucking hang out with some NCU shit, right? Like let's do it. Let's go watch it. Man, I'm sorry. It's just it's not good. I don't know what to say. Like these movies aren't good. God, the one-liners, they're really as bad as people made them out to be. Like I thought that all the memes I had seen, like surely this is an exaggeration, the sort of like he's right behind me, isn't he? Sort of shit. Like I thought that this was surely we must be exaggerating. But these fucking one-liners really are that bad. Um and like okay, there's some cool parts in it, I guess. There's like dead kids in it, which is interesting. And it was actually I was very pleased to be the one to tell my friend Erica Schultz that this had dead kids in it, and thus she had to watch it to put it in her book. She was not pleased about that. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I feel deceived. I should have trusted my gut that these are not good movies. But here we are. I watched it. I gave it a shot. Don't say I didn't try. Maybe there was some stuff I didn't understand because I apparently you had to yeah. Okay. I don't mean to be rude about it. If there's anything, if that's how I'm coming off, I apologize. Um, listen, I just like the fight scenes. I think it's fine if you like them. I really do. I really do. I promise. Like I think that they are mm, problematic in various different ways, and I think that they are, to me, not good movies. But I would never want to like take that away from somebody or be like, "You're dumb if you like these," or like, "You shouldn't like these." I honestly think that that's like kind of enviable. I wish I could get something out of these and participate in culture a little bit. But you know, look at me. I'm just we're past that, I think, right? Hmm. I think for me, Agatha all along was the last great Marvel thing, but that also has a level of Halloween camp I gel with so well. I don't even know what that is. I've never even heard of it. So that tells you where I'm at, I guess. It's also just gotten okay, look, because I was like, okay, apparently this is supposed to be good, and also they're like resetting the thing, right? They're like doing the new Avengers sort of thing, or like, so I should be able to follow along, right? I was like, no, you still have to have watched what 13 fucking films and six like like fucking hundreds of hours of content to understand everything. Like, who has time for that? Like, that's not just make a TV show at that point. Like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, that's not like a movie you're supposed to be able to just I don't know, watch it. Whatever. Um I haven't seen Thunderbolts though. The trailers didn't excite me. Totally not offended. They aren't great, but they are something mindless I can turn on while I clean. That's totally fair. Yeah. That I think that that's a fine service that they can provide. um, I don't know, man. Oh, the like, yeah, it's like I had heard from multiple, and like I invited my coworker to come with me, and they were like, "Yeah, I've been seeing on TikTok that like apparently it's really good on like mental health issues." And I'll never forget this moment. We like walked out of the theater, and I was just kind of like, "I don't want the new fucking go away." Okay, we're we both walked out of the theater, and we were just like, "That movie wasn't good." I just say I didn't like that at all. Like it's so surface level, and like we're still like, you know what? I hope it does fix fucking men. You know what I'm saying? Like men aren't okay, and they need to figure their shit out. And if this is the kind of like, I don't know, like morality for babies that they need to like kind of be a person and like take care of their mental health and stuff, you know what? Then it is provided a public service. But I'm just kind of like, this is, it just feels like movies for children. I don't know. And like, not in like, I don't know. I like children's films too, is the thing, but like that is aware of what it is, you know? I don't know. I'm probably getting off on a tangent here, but do I have anything else to say about this? Sebastian Stan is in it. I mean, he's good. I like him, you know? Uh, okay. Let's probably move on from that. I really did go into it like hoping I would like it and wanting to like it, and I just feel disappointed, I guess. But what else should I have expected? Okay, there's also a fucking like the evil like government lady looks exactly like Tulsi Gabbard, and like that has to be on purpose, right? Somebody confirm that for me if like that's a thing. But apparently she's not new to this film, but like she's literally Tulsi Gabbard. So I did like that. They were throwing fucking shots at her. Friendship. Okay. Men shouldn't have friends. A suburban dad falls hard for his charismatic new neighbor. Now, I have never watched I Think You Should Leave, right? That's the name of the show that Tim Robinson does. There's some cool metal songs and like punk songs in here, which is interesting. I listened to Jeremy Bolm from Touche Amore. Thank you. Side note, I really love your background with the cats. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Val, who was in the chat, did that artwork because he's extremely talented and also the best. So shout out to him in the fucking chat. Um, what was I saying? Yes, I've not seen any of that. Oh, no, oh, Jeremy Bolm, Touche Amore. The fucking, yeah. He did an interview with the director of this, and they're like, he's like a big metal and hardcore guy. So that's really cool. Um, and um yeah, I watched this with a friend of mine like maybe opening night or the night after, something like that. It was a sold out screening, which was cool, and we were sitting in the very front row, and I did like it a lot, to be clear, and I think it's very funny, and I think it's very unique, and I do think about it a lot. Like there's some really great a really great I lost my train of thought because I was reading a chat. As a drummer, no real drummer, a real drummer did not set up the drums in the picture. That's sort of, yeah, that's on purpose. If you watch the movie, he's not good at the drums. And I will say though, I left it feeling a little bit sad and a little bit like this character is clearly like neurodivergent or something, and he's just getting bullied, and we're just like laughing at him. I don't know. I don't mean to be like too sensitive or something, but it just it was a little bit triggering, to be honest. Like I felt like if you have social anxiety or autism or something, like you're gonna see some of yourself in this character, and to see him just get like treated like shit, and like the people in his life that are supposed to love and care for him just like get on that bandwagon and don't treat him well, and like that's kind of like the joke. It's just kind of, I don't know. It didn't make me feel good, to be honest. But it is good and it is funny. Like I might just be too sensitive about it or something. I don't know. But there's that. Um, Next, The White Reindeer. Yeah, I don't know. Finland's greatest horror film. Maybe. I would hope that I find one that I like more than this. A newly married woman becomes frustrated as her husband, a reindeer herder for an Arctic village, spends most of his time away. Desperate for affection, she visits a shaman who offers a potion that makes her irresistibly desirable with the unexpected and deadly results. Yeah, so this one looks really beautiful and it has some interesting thematic and historical elements going on, but to be completely honest with you, I found it hard to follow and I found it pretty boring and it just didn't do a lot for me personally. But it's not to say it's bad. I think this is also on my Plex server, so go check it out if you want. But yeah, I think it's on the second folk horror set from Severin. The first one is behind me. I don't know if you can see it. Um, but yeah, it's worth watching. I just don't know that it did a lot for me personally. We're gonna skip Last Tango in Paris. Um, and because I did a review for it on Punk Vacation. Uh, Next is Bigfoot Blood on the Farm. So the Wright, Ashley Hayes Wright, and the Wright family are some of my favorite in this sort of trash Christian movie space. They really have a particular brand of deranged Christian sort of lunacy and ethos and aesthetic. These are just really, really homemade movies that they make with their kids. Like it's just like a mom and dad and their kids making like bad Christian propaganda movies that more often than not feature Bigfoot. They're just really into Bigfoot. I think they kind of want to fuck Bigfoot, if I'm being honest. Like I think there's a like 90% chance that the Bigfoot costume comes out in the bedroom for these people. Not kink shaming. Do what you gotta do. Where can I find this? It's on YouTube and I think it's on Prime too. But you should watch The Badge, the Bible, and Bigfoot is another classic. Bigfoot Grip of the Monster is a pretty good one. Hillock Haunting is pretty good. I don't know, like these movies kind of rule and I love them. I love this fucking insane deranged family and their weird little homeschool unit making goddamn movies and throwing them up on Amazon.com and, spreading the good word. I think where is it? I think In Jesus' Name is my favorite Wright family film. It is oof, it's really something else. I don't know what else to say. These are just really fun for me to watch. You've no idea the Pandora's box you just opened for me. Well, I'll tell you what. After you watch these movies, you should look up the God Awful Movies podcast and listen to their episodes on these because it's some of their best work. And yeah, I have a lot of affinity for this, even though it's not good. I gave it 2 out of 10. These movies are terrible, but they're fun to watch for me anyway. So, uh, Rope from Alfred Hitchcock. This was a rewatch. I broke out that 4K that came out, I think. No, I didn't. I watched this on my Blu-ray, I think. And well, let me double check. Yeah, just Blu-ray. And then then I bought the 4K because it happened to go on sale like right after. Classic, right? Um I wanted to rewatch this. A friend of mine wanted to watch it because they had heard a lot about it and knew that I liked it a lot. And it was already one of my favorite Hitchcock films, but I okay, this is me taking accountability with you all. Somehow, the first time watching this through, I like didn't catch on to the queer subtext until like very late, and then I was kind of like, these guys are kind of fucking fruity with it, you know? And then I learned after the fact that it's like a fucking considered like a queer classic, and like that was very much intentional. Like it's very intentional subtext in this film. So it was nice to rewatch it with that like at the forefront of my mind or whatever. This is kind of Be Gay Do Crime like the movie. Um just really great single setting, one take sort of uh like uh great performances, the whole thing. I really love this movie. It would be, I mean, it's Hitchcock, so like it's a lot of competition. It's not my favorite Hitchcock film, but like it's one of them for sure. Um, Okay, hurry up tomorrow. I did not do a video on this. Okay. So this is the movie about by the weekend. Um, and I heard nothing but terrible things about it, but I did think it looked intriguing and how bizarre or kind of it looked very singular and it looked very like I was like, wow, that's a rough rating. I don't think it's that bad. I don't know. I mean, you can see from my score, I didn't like it, but I didn't hate it either. Like, okay, it's weird. I'll give you that, and it is absolutely like a fucking clear cut fucking vanity project. Um, but I have to admire it a little bit on that level. Like to just make your music video feature length and to just have like a fucking therapy session on film instead of with a therapist is like I don't know, like the ego that it requires to create something like this is kind of astounding to me. But like it also seems a little bit self-aware about that. Maybe not. I'm not sure. In fact, probably not, but I don't know. There's enough here that I think it's at least worth watching once. And like, Jenna Ortega and Barry Keoghan are good in this. Um, I will say the script is so confusing though. Like, there's stuff in here where it's like, it almost feels like it's on purpose trying to confuse you or something. And like the way it's bookended or whatever. I don't know. And like, his music is in it, so if you're a fan of that, you'll at least enjoy that. But like, I don't know. I do have to kind of even if it's a bad vision, even if it's like not very good, right? Like I have to admire something that has a vision to it, right? Like this was definitely there's not studio notes all over this thing. Like they gave this man way too much money for like his personal vanity project. And like good or bad, it's at least interesting. Um so I don't know. I didn't hate it, but it's not great. I'll tell you that. Um Padding out the film, I mean maybe, I don't know. Kind of. Next is Sexy Cat. It's my very thoughtful review right there. This is a sort of giallo film that I watched because Unsung Horrors covered it, and I just couldn't resist a title like Sexy Cat. Movie crew shooting a film featuring a comic strip hero named the Sexy Cat finds itself stalked by a serial killer, begins murdering the cast and crew. Yeah, it's fine. If you're into giallo movies, you'll probably like this. It's in YouTube. I'm sorry, it's on YouTube in pretty rough quality, but I would like to see this cleaned up and restored and put out by somebody. I think it's good for what it is. So, do I dare look at the posters? No, don't write a review. I already wrote the perfect review. Hopefully, there's nothing scandalous on here. That's not too scandalous. Yeah, we're fine. um, let's see. We're at an hour and 10 minutes, and we're not even through May. We might be in trouble. um, Next is Airbud Golden Receiver. So that's pretty good, right? I wrote, I like it when the doggy plays football. And that's true. I do like that. I mean, look at him. I don't know what to tell you. Like, you know what you're getting into here. And like, it's not good, but look at him. It's cute as fuck. Guess you're pulling an all-nighter. No, I'm probably just not going to finish, is what's going to happen. I don't suspect I'm going to feel like doing this for longer than 2 hours. Although, not to be gauche about it, but like, donations definitely make it such that I want to do this longer. Um, Next I went through all the Mission Impossible movies because the new one was coming out and I wanted to catch up. And I also have that box set. I have the box set, the 4K box set. You know what I mean? So I wanted to go through it. Gotta remember when those films were coming out. I would have been 13 in 98. Yeah, me too. I would have been 1, so a little below the recommended age range for this sort of thing, I would imagine. I'm going too far up. I'm spoiling the rest of these. Mission Impossible 2. I think that this is the worst one. And that feels like it shouldn't be true because John Woo directed it, and like it feels like that should have something, right? And I mean, it does have Limp Bizkit over the opening credits, which is admittedly very sick, but this movie's a mess. It's kind of a slog. It's not good. Like the plot is like okay. Yeah, it's not exactly novel to say that the plot in a Mission Impossible film is convoluted, but like there's usually stuff to make up for that, and like there just isn't a lot here, you know? Um, God, I'm meant to do like a full Mission Impossible franchise ranked video. Like that was part of why I was watching these, is not only to see the new one because I wanted to make a video about it. And then I didn't do it because I'm the worst, but I don't know, maybe I'll still do it, but at this point it's hard for me to remember them all and like they kind of blend together a little bit, you know? Um that was when Limp Bizkit could do no wrong. There is no point in their career where that hasn't been true. Limp Bizkit does not miss. Um Mission Impossible 3, I do remember really well because I really loved it. This was my favorite of the whole franchise. And when I watched this one, I was like, wait, are these movies good? Because like I hadn't been a fan of the first one and I wasn't a fan of the second one. And I was like, is this gonna be a slog? Am I gonna be able to make it through all this shit? But the third one, man, this movie kinda kicks ass. Philip Seymour Hoffman really is the main reason for that, but who's the director on this? J.J. Abrams? Yeah, he did a great job. Like this movie straight up kicks ass. Like I think that that rating is too low. I don't know. I really really like this movie. It's got one of the best cold opens I think I've seen in any movie. Like the tension is at like a fucking 10 like immediately. Um I don't know, like it just does such a good job like selling you on this on the film itself. Like when it starts you're like, "Oh shit. Like we're really fucking doing this." And the performances are so good and like the tension just gets ramped up so well. Um yeah, this movie's very Hitchcock actually, now that I'm thinking about that. I don't know, I just thought that the plot was really really riveting. I thought that the characters were really well done. Thought the stakes were good and like appropriate, and I think Philip Seymour Hoffman is the best villain that this franchise has had by like a lot. Like it's not close to me. Um so yeah, I really love this. Um Next, in the final film of May, I think I'll take a quick break after this because I'm kind of wanting one. Is yeah, Bring Her Back. Um, this is the follow up to Talk to Me from the, how do you pronounce this? Philippou, these guys. Um, Evil comes full circle following the death of their father. A brother and sister are introduced to their new sibling by their foster mother, only to learn that she has a terrifying secret. Okay. So I liked Talk to Me quite a bit. I saw it in the theater when it came out, and I I really liked it, but I didn't like fully super love it. Like I think that it definitely had um okay. I think my main problem with it is that it's just kind of like grief and trauma horror, like I don't know, in a way that's kind of annoying that like new horror movies are kind of falling into like the same patterns and tropes. So like I had issues with it, but I still really liked it and I thought that it was a very promising debut. And even though this film is doing that again, this is just grief and trauma horror again, I think that it has a really unique and interesting twist on it. And I think that it is more fucked up than Talk to Me was, and it is effective on that front. Like it is a really tough film to watch, and it is really disturbing, and it is really kind of joyless and just sort of I don't know. I hope that these guys are okay, you know? um but yeah, I really liked it. I think it did have enough of a twist on this sort of what's becoming kind of a tired trope, to be honest. And um yeah, I think it does enough to distinguish itself from the sort of new sort of trend of grief horror such that it is worth engaging with on its own terms, and it is really good, and I think it's better than Talk to Me. Yes, I did get to see this in the theater. Uh, yeah, and Sally Hawkins is in it, and she's really great. And I really liked the younger kids in this movie too. I thought that they gave really great performances. But Sally Hawkins is always turning in a fucking incredible performance. So I just have to give her a lot of props because I like her in pretty much everything I see her in. Yeah, A24 put this out on 4K, and I it doesn't look like it's streaming anywhere, but yeah, it's a tough watch and it's a good one. Yeah. I think at this point now I'm going to take a little break, rest my voice for a second, and try to conjure up some energy for maybe enough, hopefully, to get through June as well, but we'll see. Um, yeah, be back shortly. Thanks, Jeff. Sorry about that. No audio. That should be fixed now. Okay. What was I saying? I said we are back. I almost gave up on the hat because it's kind of bothering me, but it is kind of a vibe, so we're gonna hang out with the hat longer. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get through June. We're gonna try. We're really gonna try. Jeff, you're now number one. How does that feel? Presumably it feels good. Um, yeah. All right, let's see. Yeah, let's see if we can do this. Can we do this rapid fire? Can we fucking crank these boys out? Maybe. Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. This one's a fucking blast, dude. Feels like you're alive. I'm glad. It should. It should. You should wear that with pride. Um, Ghost Protocol. This one's a fucking blast. I like this one a lot. It's directed by Brad Bird, which is interesting because I'm not sure. Like, yeah, dude, the fucking action, like the stunt sequences in this are insane. Yeah, I don't know what about this filmography made the studio think like, yeah, you could do a big spectacle live action type of deal, but they did and they were correct. So I guess good for them. Good for him. Good for everyone. Good for us, the viewers, because it's good. Ghost Protocol in IMAX was a life-changing experience. Still my favorite entry. Maybe the most kinetic film outside of Fury Road. I mean, it is a banger. I like it a lot better than Fury Road, to be honest, because I don't like Fury Road, I must confess. But it is a banger. Um, you know, the Mission Impossible films are always at a sort of tension where like you have the spectacle set pieces and then you have the story itself. Um, and I think it really relies on those set pieces. Like they have to be good enough, and like the story is sort of like the whole thing is kind of a MacGuffin almost. Like it's all just an excuse to stitch together these fucking crazy stunts, right? And this one, I think the plot was lacking enough, like just enough, such that I didn't super, I didn't like give it that full 8 out of 10. Uh, but I didn't. I mean, I don't think I gave that high of a rating to too many of the entries of this franchise. I guess we'll find out together. So far, we're at one. Next is Rogue Nation. I gotta be honest, I don't remember much about this one. Um, yeah, it's all Mission Impossible from here, bro. Like, Mission Rogue Nation and Fallout, I confuse these two a lot. They just are both like not that great to me. Um, and I think they get a little too reactionary in their politics because, like, again, another maybe flaw of this franchise is that they are, yeah, you know, it's very like CIA propaganda type shit, right? And like the CIA, I hope we can all agree in this space here together. Agree. The CIA is not the best institution out there. Not great, right? So, there's that. But I think in one of these, it just gets so ridiculous where it's like, it says that somebody's like an anarchist, like the big villain, like their big thing to like make you afraid of him is that he's an anarchist. And it's like, fucking, dude, the anarchists that I know are out like giving free food and like arguing with each other about voting and shit. They're not like creating huge fucking mastermind plans to ruin the world and shit. Like that's not really anything I've experienced. That part just really made me laugh out loud and like felt a little bit too reactionary. Um, I don't know. I think that these Fallout in particular, I think are considered to be like real highlights in the franchise, but to me they're okay. Dead Reckoning, I did really like this. I think it has a really great pace to it. I think it does the tension really well. It's just really, really well made. It's just like these movies are long too, so it does matter how entertaining they are. And this one was like mad entertaining to me. And yeah, they just keep getting more expensive and more absurd. And like, the spectacles in this one are pretty fucking insane and entertaining as well. It's a lot of setup, because there's a part two, Dead Reckoning, and then the Final Reckoning, and then before them they were like the the fucking, it was like Dead Reckoning Part 1 and Part 2 or whatever. I don't know. Whatever. In any case, I really like Dead Reckoning a lot, actually. And the final reckoning, despite the fact that the plot is fairly ludicrous, I don't know, man. I think it just really felt like the culmination of all the like watching that I had been doing, and like I just really got to know these characters and maybe even care about them a little bit by this point, you know? And I don't know. Again, the set pieces are just insane in this one, and this was the one that I got to experience in IMAX, and you know these other ones I just got to watch at home. Um, so it was just really, I don't know, it just felt like the perfect send off, perfect cap to this franchise. You know, like flaws and all, right? What did I say about it? I said, I don't know what to say, dude. This shit whipped so hard in IMAX it made me cry at the end. BRB joining the FBI and the military, saluting emoji, American flag emoji, bald eagle emoji. Yeah. Um, yeah, like they really have gotten to the point of absurdity where like the stakes are so high that this really is like a project sort of reinforcing the idea that Tom Cruise is actually a god amongst men. He is God on Earth, and I gotta say, part of me believes it. Watching this shit, I'm like, you know what? He is saving cinema. He's out here. He's out here risking his goddamn life to get you in the fucking, to get your ass in the fucking seats. The goddamn movies, right? um, and yeah, I don't know, man. The ending, it really did make me cry. I was sitting there fucking crying to fucking CIA propaganda. It's goddamn fucking embarrassing. Like, but that's where we were at. Um, saving cinema with his fake butt cheeks. Does he have fake butt cheeks? Is that a thing? Is Tom Cruise a BBL king? Is that what we're saying? I also really love how much Dead Reckoning Part 2 riffs on Failsafe in that genre of Frankenheimer movie. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the stakes in this are fucking crazy. Like, he's got to save the goddamn world in this thing, you know? um, I don't know. I just really enjoyed going through this whole franchise in general. And, like, the thing is, I famously hate spy films. I don't like them. But I like these movies. I don't know what to say. There's a famous picture from one of the movies where he clearly has padding in his pants. Oh, well, who among us, right? Short King Tom Cruise, right? He also maybe gets to have a little extra in the butt, a little extra in the rear, you know? Um, anyway, I just really, I did enjoy going through this whole journey, and it just felt like the perfect send off. So there was that. The same day, went back to the theater to see Final Destination Bloodlines, and to me, this is the best one in the franchise. I really like the sort of meta elements of it. I like how it's kind of a deconstruction of its own series and its own genre, and it does that in a way that's not annoying and like isn't like um sniffing its own farts or whatever. I think the kill sequences in this are just very entertaining and very well done. I think the characters in this are actually good. Um, Addie said she liked it. Which one? Final Destination? I think the characters in this are actually good. They're actually well written and they're actually well performed. And that's just not the case for any of the other ones. Like the first one is, you know, the best one other than this, in my opinion. Yeah, Bloodlines. Okay, cool. And Tony Todd gets a really great send off in this movie, I will say. So if you're a fan of him, like I think this is pretty much mandatory viewing. Oh, I was like, that's a crazy jump for me to have not seen any movies from like the second all the way to the eighth, but it's because I moved. That's why. I moved and I couldn't get my fucking projector set up and it drove me insane. Yeah. Everything is hard, dude. I don't know what to say. Um, yeah, Bloodlines. Fuck yeah. The first one before this had been my favorite, and like, the performances in that are not great, but like, it is the best one. It sets everything up. It is the genesis of all this stuff, and like, I don't think that subsequent entries had really improved upon the formula at all. If anything, they had just gotten more ridiculous. But I think that this kind of takes a step back and kind of gets back to the roots, and yeah, it's really entertaining. I didn't get to see it in IMAX, unfortunately, but I did get to see it in a theater, so I'm happy about that. Um, yeah, it's a good time. It's a banger all around. Recommended by me. Okay. After this, I wanted to rewatch the original Mission Impossible. I was just kind of feeling it, and I just felt like maybe I would appreciate it more this time because I had never really liked this movie. This would be my third time seeing it, and I did like it more watching it again. And it was the first thing that I got to see after setting up my projector, which means that it was the first thing that I got to watch on my projector in like a year, because when I was in my temporary living situation, I didn't get to have it up. Um, so it was just really, really nice to get to watch stuff on a projector again. And I did enjoy this more. And like, Brian De Palma is a goat, so that was cool. I also got to see Asteroid City, which I liked a lot. I liked it better. Saw the original Mission Impossible when it came out. That's really cool. Um, Asteroid City. I liked this a lot more than the French Dispatch, and I liked it a lot more than the Phoenician Scheme, but we'll get to that. Um, yeah, I think that this just, it felt more like classic Wes, and it felt less like it's just sort of, it felt less style over substance than some of his more recent output. It felt less like he was disappearing into his own asshole, you know what I mean? Like, um, it was just a different change. It was a change of pace for him, I think. And it was more of a low key sort of um, lived in sort of thing. Smaller scale is, I guess, what I'm trying to say. And I enjoyed it for what it was. It felt like it was more of a character study and less of a I don't know, Wes Anderson spectacle. Yeah, just catching up further on the Wes Anderson stuff in preparation of the new one. All the Roald Dahl shorts, which I liked all about the same. I thought that they were all pretty entertaining and pretty charming. I think that's pretty much everything I have to say about that. Don't look at all the spoilers. Okay. And then I just, for posterity, logged the omnibus version of it, the full thing. Next is the Phoenician Scheme. Yeah, let me just click on my review here. This just feels so hollow, boring, tedious, and lifeless. A slightly amusing chore bordering on self-parody with very little laughs, pathos, or beauty. So that's what I had to say about it right after I saw it, and I pretty much agree with that. It's just not... I don't know, it's convoluted, it's not very funny. I just don't feel like I have any reason to care about these characters at all. It's just sort of like, it almost feels like a parody of Wes Anderson movies. Like, this is the sort of thing that you would make if you were trying to make fun of him. Like, it's just, even like, I thought that that's how I felt after I watched The French Dispatch, honestly, where I was like, okay, we're bordering into self-parody here. But that still had elements of it that I liked. Like, I really liked um the sequence with the artist and the model in prison and stuff. I liked that part a lot. But when we get to the end with Timothy Chalamet and the like revolutionary stuff, it just felt so masturbatory and annoying. Just, yeah, Wes Anderson. Jeff says that's sad. I love his early stuff. Yeah, I mean, you know, I think he's on the list somewhere of my favorite filmmakers, right? Like, and I think it is admirable that he has such a unique and singular and recognizable style that, like, it when you see it, and like, you can very pretty clearly, like, easily make a parody of it, and people are like, yeah, that's Wes Anderson, and like, he's so influential and everything, and like, it just kind of feels like this is him on autopilot. He's not really trying, and there's not, I didn't feel like a much of heart or passion or soul in this, it just kind of felt like I don't know, maybe we made another one, you know? Like, what this is, I mean, when I think about this compared to the fucking Royal Tenenbaums, like, goddamn, what a chasm of quality, of difference in quality there. Life Aquatic was another one I saw in the theater. Its original release, I love that. Life Aquatic might be my second favorite of his films. It's so beautiful. It's so, I love that movie so much. And like, you know, to make a good Wes Anderson movie, to me, it has to be beautiful and it has to be funny. And I didn't feel like this was either of those things. So, I don't know. Disappointing, but I'm not writing him off yet. I will still be seeing this man's theater. I will still see. I will still be seeing this man's films in theaters as they come out. I got to that sentence eventually. Battle Royale. I gotta be honest, I didn't like this as much as I thought I would, but I did still really enjoy it. Gosh, I'm trying to remember what it is that I didn't think quite worked as well for me. I'm not sure. It just maybe didn't grab me in the way that I expected it to, or something. I gotta be honest. We're you know, I saw these films a while ago, and you know, the fact that I can't really remember too much about why I didn't like it maybe speaks to why, in that it hasn't stuck with me as much as I thought it would. But I don't know. Like, I mean, 7 out of 10 is a good score. This is just like a, you know, considered to be an all-time classic, and I sort of expected to have that sort of level of enjoyment with it. Um, yeah, I don't know. I watched the making of documentary, which was fine. Did I watch the? Yeah, I watched the 4K of this. Interesting. I don't really remember what I thought of it. Next, I watched the 4K of Ghostbusters, and here's my fucking hot take for the evening. After my third viewing in well over a decade since my first, I am finally ready to speak my truth. Ghostbusters 1984 is not good. It's not. I don't think this movie's good at all. And I didn't think it was that great when I first watched it, and I was like, it must be me. I must be missing something. And then when I watched it again, I still didn't like it, and I was like, again, it must be me. I don't know. And that was in high school, so it's been a long time. Like, the first time I saw it, I was a kid. Second time I was in high school. And third time I'm like, you know what? I'm fully a goddamn fucking adult now. I'm like a fucking professional movie reviewer, fucking critic person. I know what I'm talking about. Like, I will see what I did not see as a young ignorant child, and what I saw is a lot of fucking misogyny. I gotta be honest. That's the main thing I got out of this is insufferable writing and a lot of misogyny, and just I just don't think it's that funny. I don't think it's that good. I don't love it. I don't know what to say. I don't even like the theme song that much. I think it's annoying. I'm sorry. Like, I know that this is just hot take central and whatever, but for me, not for me. I apologize to the Ghostbusters lovers out there. I know that you are plentiful. This is fun. I never noticed this. But it's got the cancel, and it's got the little guy, and it's got the fucking green slime. That's cool. I wonder if it does that for everybody or just for the people with the horror hashtag. I don't know. Also, why they gotta be canceling ghosts? Ghosts didn't do anything. Ghosts are chill. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that this movie was kind of gross, to be honest. Anyway, dangerous animals. The ocean leaves no trace. A savvy and free-spirited surfer is abducted by a shark-obsessed serial killer held captive on his boat. She must figure out how to escape before he carries out a ritualistic feeding to the sharks below. Yeah, I struggled between a 6 or a 7 on this one, but Slimer is not chill. Yeah, I don't know. It's nostalgia for me. I watched it when I was real little. I think it's nostalgia for a lot of people, and I think that that's probably fine. I just don't have that, and I just didn't. It doesn't work for me. But, you know, whatever. If it works for you, I'm happy for you. Dangerous Animals. Yeah, I sort of flip-flop between a 6 or a 7 on this, but I did land on a soft 7 because I did think it was pretty entertaining, and I think that it's good to have a sharksploitation movie that sticks up for sharks a little bit. It's pro sharks, you know? The real villain are the people. You know what I'm saying? Sharks didn't do anything. Sharks are chill, cool guys. Grab your Blahaj fucking plushie, your IKEA shark, right? And enjoy this one. I liked it. I thought it was fun. I don't know. It's a little bit dumb too, to be honest, but you know, it's a shark exploitation movie. What do you expect? You know, we're not talking about high art here, but for what it is, I think it's well made. I think it is um pretty disturbing. I think it is pretty captivating. Like I really really had to pee at one point and I just like kept holding it because I didn't want to miss anything. So it's compelling. And then I did have to run to use the bathroom and thankfully I didn't miss anything, but yeah, it's a cool movie. Cool, good female lead, all that sort of thing. I don't know. I like this one. I think it's a good time. Check it out. Next one is Dogma. Oh boy. I got to see this on the new re-release in theaters, and I was just really. I expect cinematic achievements like D'Amato's Deep Blood. I don't think I've seen that one, but I definitely need to check it out. I feel like Joe D'Amato can make a real sleazy shark movie. I'd be down to see that. Um, Dogma. Yeah. I gotta be honest. I gotta be so honest with you guys. I cannot fucking stand Kevin Smith's writing. It's like it's so overly verbose and it's so fucking like he's just always sniffing his own farts. He thinks he's so smart and it's like it's smart writing for dumb people. And I don't mean that sounds so mean. I'm sorry. If you're if you're a Kevin Smith head, all the power to you. But like I listen to his writing and it's like nails on chalkboard listening to this man's fucking writing. Like goddamn. Um it's just what else to say about it? This is the part where I'd usually pause and let myself think about what I want to say and then cut the part where I'm thinking, but this is live. We're doing this shit live, so I'm just talking off the dome. Clerks and Mallrats are his best films. Everything after that is just meh. I thought this was better than Mallrats. I really, really, really don't like that movie, but I think Clerks is the last one where like the last chance I have at liking one of this man's movies. Um, because he just doesn't do it for me. We are not on the same wavelength. Again, it's maybe kind of boring to say that his stuff is like wildly misogynistic, but it just is like a lot of the time. And like I think sometimes it's self-aware about that, but sometimes it's not. And I don't know. Like this one especially, it's like trying to skewer religion and stuff, and it thinks it's being really smart about it. And like, okay, sure, religion is silly. Good job, you figured it out. But like, yeah, it does they feel dated. I think that's the best word for them because they are a product of their time, and I just don't think they age well at all. Um, so not for me. I just it's just his writing. I don't know. It's so unnatural. It's so like it feels like it's overcompensating. I don't know. Anyway, Predator Killer of Killers. I'm surprised that this is getting such a great reception. I didn't like this one either. To be honest. Yeah, let's see here. Nope, don't do that. Predator Killer Killers. The hunt begins while three of the fiercest warriors in human history, a Viking raider, a ninja in feudal Japan, and a World War II pilot, are killers in their own right. They're merely prey for their new opponent, the ultimate killer of killers. Okay, so this is like the Predator throughout history, I guess. Kind of taking the idea that Prey had and running with it for more periods throughout history, right? And it's animated. I thought that that was a great premise. It was a great idea. I was really excited to see it. And then I watched it and I don't know, I thought the writing was really dumb. Like I thought it was kind of insulting. Like it felt like it was like for children and not in a good way, to be honest. And the animation just didn't feel great. It felt kind of sloppy. It just felt really cheesy and corny and the whole thing felt unfinished and sort of I'm surprised this is all from one director. Like is that correct? Co-director. Yeah, I don't know. It felt like that this was a compilation of short films rather than one cohesive project. Oh, thanks, Jeff. Um, it's not showing up on the stream. because he just sent me personally, but I'm gonna run this back and we're gonna pretend like it's Jeff's donation. Hell yeah. Thank you, Jeff. As a reminder that will pop up on screen if you use the link in the chat and in the description. But thank you, Jeff. I really do appreciate that. You are the best, and I appreciate you a lot. Okay. Predator. Yeah, I don't know. This felt messy. It felt disjointed. It felt silly. It felt kind of a little bit dumb. I don't know. I just didn't like it, unfortunately. Continuing on with our Twilight view through, we got Breaking Dawn Part 1. Here's one of 2. It's kind of rough. Yeah, I don't know. This one's not my favorite in the series, I gotta say. Then we go through this sort of, what was it called? The Jose Benezeraf set from Pulse Video. I did a review for all of these films on Punk Vacation, so I'm gonna skip them today. The Two Dykes is another one in that. Oh, that film is fucking insane. If you can find that one, that's the one to watch out of the set. It's not an easy watch, I'll tell you that. There's a lot of really upsetting, insane, offensive shit that happens in this, but that's the one to see. Twin Peaks. I didn't watch the whole series, but I did watch the pilot, so I logged it. My friends Quinn and Val are watching Twin Peaks, and I'm always down to sit down and watch the Twin Peaks pilot, so I did check that out with them, and I do think it's perfect. The series itself is also perfect. The Life of Chuck. Let's check this one out real quick. Don't watch season 2. I mean, I think you should watch it. It's just not as good, but like at least the first half is still pretty critical, right? But definitely it goes off the rails. It definitely goes off the rails a bit in season 2. Gets kind of messy, goes on tangents that don't quite work. But there's still stuff in there that I like. I'm a bit of a season 2 apologist, to be honest with you. Now, compared to season 1 and season 3, it's not really close, but I still think it's important. The Life of Chuck. Oh, I did do a video on this. I'm glad I did. I really, really like this one. It's in my top 15 or 20 of the year or something like that, and I just think it's really beautiful. I think it's really earnest, and I think it's really special. Every life is a universe all its own, and this extraordinary story of an ordinary man, Charles Chuck Krantz, experiences the wonder of love, the heartbreak of loss, and the multitudes contained in all of us. That sounds really cheesy and schmaltzy, and it kind of is, but in a way that works, in a way that isn't annoying, in a way that feels earnest and beautiful and kind of poignant and special. I know my friend Dustin really loves this movie, and I totally see why. Like, I do think it's great. And I think Tom Hiddleston gives a wonderful performance. I think Nick Offerman does wonderful narration. I just really like this. And the fucking thanks for 49 great years or whatever thing. I cannot believe that who distributed this? Neon? I can't believe that they don't have that on a bumper sticker yet. I might make one and buy it myself because I think that would be fun. But yeah, I love this movie. So check it out. Secret World of Arrietty. Oh, I got to see this one in the theater too for Studio Ghibli Fest. And my review just reads as follows. What the fuck was that lady's problem? Yeah, there's like an old lady in this who's just the worst for no reason, and I don't understand it. But I do love this movie. I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was really sweet. I don't think it's one of my favorite Ghibli movies, but I do think it's one of the better ones. And I do think it's kind of underrated. What is this? What is this at? A 3.8? I mean, okay, that's honestly pretty good. So maybe not underrated, but I don't think that this is one that people generally reach for when they're talking about their favorites or the best ones. And I don't know. I think it's really good. And I think more people should check this out. Oh my God, Brokeback Mountain. Okay. Jesus. This movie fucking destroyed me, dude. Like, this was my first time seeing it. They were showing it in theaters for the new, not the new restoration, the goddamn fucking. Oh, hi Rachel. Welcome back. An awesome hat. Thank you. I appreciate that. Um, okay, going back to Brokeback Mountain. Although, hopefully, can it show this poster, please? Damn it. Anyway, let's go because I want to show you how cute this fucking. Look at this shit. It's so good. I love this poster. Um, okay. So I was watching this movie in the theater and I was like, yeah, it's really good. It is shot so beautifully. The performances are unbelievably good. The writing is incredible. The whole thing is just so good, right? Um, but like it didn't like completely wreck me at the end like I was expecting it to. Oh, by the way, Rachel, thank you for being here. I do really appreciate that, and thank you for popping in the chat. um and so like it was fun. There was like it wasn't a sold out screening, but oh, Amp's great. Thank you so much for the $10. I really appreciate that. That's a nice surprise. I really appreciate that. You're the best. We will run that back at the end of the stream, which probably be kind of soon. We're coming to the end of June, and I think that's probably all I got in me for tonight. The 2 hours and change. But thank you. That's really sweet of you. Um. Anyway, it wasn't like a sold out screening, but me and Val and my coworker were there, and it was just we were just surrounded by gay people, just like baby fucking queers all over the place. Many of which were in little cowboy outfits and stuff, which was very cute. Um, Gosh, when the credits were rolling on this one, I just felt like everyone around me was crying and just like kind of devastated. And I wasn't quite there, but I was definitely feeling emotional about it. Um, but it's the sort of thing that just kind of got under my skin, and I couldn't think about anything else for the rest of the night. Like I literally could not get it out of my head to the extent that I had to pull up the short story and read it. Which is also great. I think the film is better, but the short story is definitely worth reading, and it is. You can find it. I think it was published in the New Yorker, and it's pretty widely accessible. And it's really good. But yeah, I just by the time I finished that, and I was just reading more about it and thinking about it, I just started crying like on the couch at home. Just it just kind of finally hit me the the sort of beautiful devastation of this story in this film. God, it's so good. And the soundtrack is so good. I listen to the soundtrack now. It's in my like Spotify library. So yeah, I had it at a 9 out of 10, but the next day I still kept thinking about it and I was like, fuck it, we're just bumping this up to a 10. And like if you follow my reviews and stuff, you know that I'm pretty stingy with my 10s. I want that to really mean something. And this is like easily one of the best films I've ever seen. And like I'm low key a bit of a Crash defender. I probably need to watch it again, but I remember thinking it was pretty good. And uh, come on, I think a lot of that backlash is due to the fact that it won the Oscar over this, which is kind of outrageous now that I've seen it because it's like it's not close. Okay, moving on. Rewatch The Hills Have Eyes. Watch the Arrow Video 4K, and I really enjoyed it. I think it's a really it's a grimy film. It's a nasty film, but it's also, I think, pretty culturally unique and important and very political in the way that Wes Craven's films tend to be. So, Hills Have Eyes is a banger. Oh, and then I watched the making of documentary. I'll just read what I had to say. This was edited in such a way where after every sentence or two from the talking head interviews, I have a typo in there. Let me fix that. There would hello would be a cut to a scene from the film, 90% of which was just characters screaming. Fully 50% of this entire doc is clips of people screaming. It didn't bother me too much during the actual film because the screams were properly placed, but here it triggered my misophonia bad enough that I had to constantly cover and uncover my ears. Yeah, this was a bit of a slog to get through for that reason, but the documentary is good for what it is. Okay. Volcanizadora. I think I pronounced that right. This is sort of I guess loosely inspired by Faces of Death. I'm not really sure. It's all about the Hills Have Eyes too. The fucking dog has a flashback to the first film. That rules, and I definitely need to see it. It's on my Plex server, so I'll check that out. Experience the graphic reality of death close up. Two friends take a trip through a Michigan forest intent on carrying out a disturbing pact. This was one that Oscilloscope put out. I'm a big fan of Oscilloscope, like as a company, and I generally really like the films they put out. So, and like the Faces of Death connection had me thinking that this would be maybe more subversive or more edgy or whatever. Yeah, Michigan, look at that. And I don't know, there's just it's very, very low budget, which is fine, but like there's just not a lot that happens in this. Like it's kind of tough to watch for me, to be honest. And there is a scene that I really enjoy and do think about a lot where like the main guy in this, who is generally just completely insufferable, um just starts singing Voodoo by Godsmack. I think that's good. I think that's a good scene. I like that. It's a great poster, you know. I guess because the idea is that they like are doing like a suicide pact. So I guess the Faces of Death connection is that they want to like create a real snuff film. Um I don't know. Maybe the marketing didn't do this a lot of favors, but and maybe I'd like it more if I watched it again, but I as it is, I thought it was just fine. Um just didn't do a ton for me. And I wish I liked it more. I wish that wasn't true, you know? Maybe it's something I'll like if I rewatch it. Rewatch 28 Days Later. I do think it's a banger. I think it's pretty sociologically interesting, and it's obviously highly influential. I like the uh the fact that it's shot on video. I think that it adds a lot to the aesthetic and the atmosphere and the kind of sense of grossness and dread. And I think it says a lot about human nature, and not a lot of it is positive, but I think it's pretty honest. So there's that. And then I went to see 28 Years Later. This is getting a lot of flack. I think it's pretty controversial, but I think it's really great, and I'm excited for the sequels. I think plural. I think there's going to be two more of these. 28 years since the rage virus escaped a biological weapons laboratory, now still in a ruthlessly informed quarantine, some have found ways to exist amidst the infected. One such group lives on a small island connected to the mainland by a single heavily defended causeway. When one member departs on a mission into the dark heart of the mainland, he discovers secrets, wonders, and horrors that have mutated not only the infected but other survivors as well. Yeah. I have no comment on 28 Days Later or the plot convenience Playhouse sequel. I don't like 28 Weeks Later. I think that movie's kind of bad. But yeah, I mean, it's fine if you don't like it. I love that it has a Godspeed You Black Emperor song in the original, and I love that they bring it back for this one. That song is great, and that band is really amazing and important to me personally and just in music, I think. Um, but 28 Years Later, yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was really good. Uh, I watched a Scaredy Cats video on it, and he had some pretty scathing things to say about it, and I just didn't agree with any of it. I gotta say, like, I think that its themes are relevant and important and well thought out. They're on the nose, but I gotta say that is a trend I'm seeing in contemporary filmmaking, particularly in genre films, is that filmmakers are like, hey, y'all aren't paying attention, and we gotta like make this more overt and like kind of fighting back against right wing and reactionary and fascistic like fucking narratives and culture and talking points and this, that, and the other, right? And this is another film about toxic masculinity, about how we bring up men in society and how we normalize violence as well. And I think it has intelligent and um, compelling things to say about those subjects. Um, and like, you know, I was kind of making fun of it a little bit earlier with Thunderbolts and being like, I guess men need a Marvel movie to hold their hand about really basic shit. But this doesn't feel like it's hand-holding as much. This feels like it's actually exploring it in a way that's nuanced and important. And it is for adults, right? um, but yeah, I hope that this also aids in the project of helping men be okay, because they're not. And we need all the help we can get in furthering that project, right? Um, yeah, the ending is kind of crazy, and it plays upon cultural references that I wasn't privy to or familiar with. And I guess we'll see where it goes from there. It is a pretty wild ending, but yeah, I don't know. I really enjoyed this, and I thought it was really well scored. I thought it was really well paced. I thought it was really well edited, and really well shot and acted. Like, I just think it's a very well put together film, all in all. Like, it's not necessarily one of my favorites of the year, and I do think it is kind of obvious in its themes and stuff like that. But I think it's good, and I really like this Bone Temple Palace thing. I think it's pretty sick. Okay. And the last two, yeah, are just more stuff, more films that I watched and reviewed on Punk Vacation. We're done. We did it, y'all. Do you mind if I take you on a quick tour of my backdrop real quick? Okay, so behind us we have the original one sheets for Nosferatu the Vampire from Herzog and Watership Down. I'm really, really stoked that I got that at the price point that I got it at. Let me take my hat off. You can maybe see stuff better. You can see my little Palestine and Pride flags behind me. There's also some Alisana set lists that I acquired at their shows that I put up on the door. And I have my Evil Dead blanket. And then, I guess top to bottom here, we have my Era video of Barbarella, because I love that artwork. The Possession, it's my second favorite film. My signed copy of Do the Right Thing, signed by Spike Lee. You can get those on his website, just so you know. And my signed copy of Multiple Maniacs, signed by John Waters. My Lost Picture Show box, my Scared, what is it called? Nothing is Sacred, not Scared Sacred, that's the book. Nothing is Sacred, the Louis Buñuel set. What's next to it? Oh, The Witch for Second Sight, and then the Nasty Habits, shout out Jeff. My Marlene Dietrich indicator set, my Mae West indicator set, the Severin Folklore set, the Wicker Man imprint set, and the Chatterphone from Fisher Price Society Culture, but also from Skinamarink. Look how fucking weird this thing is, dude. That thing is scary. Of course it was going to be used in a horror movie eventually. Like, this thing is crazy. You can, like, pull them around on a goddamn leash. What is this? If there are any other Skinamarink super fans in the chat, I was like, how much do these still exist? Like, can I still get one? And this was like $10. And now I have this incredible thing in my possession. So I'm excited about it. Anyway, thank you for the compliment, Jeff. I appreciate that. Before you go, are there any recent releases you recommend going to make a Diabolic order before Horathon, since I can pick it up there? I gotta be so honest with you, I don't even know what's come out recently. Like, I'm not in the loop. I'm really not. I don't know. Maybe this is a larger discussion for another day, but I just feel like kind of disillusioned with, like, physical media in general, and, like, it just feels like a lot of consumerism, to be honest with you, and it feels like a lot of focusing on the wrong things. And I don't know, like, I felt like when I was buying a lot of Blu-rays, I was watching a lot of movies and appreciating a lot of movies, but there was still a disparity with how much I was spending and how much I was hoarding versus how much I was watching, versus now going to the theater all the time. Like, I actually watch the movie, and I'm, like, watching, thinking about, and talking about movies, and that's, like, actually what I'm passionate about. And that's sort of where I'm at right now. But obviously I still love physical media, and I still love Blu-rays and stuff, and I still talk about them through Punk Vacation and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Outside of that, because that's really all I have that I'm sort of consuming myself. I don't know. I'm really pretty out of the loop, and I'm not sure. Maybe I should look at Blu-ray.com real quick and see if there's anything there that I've heard good things about, or maybe something I've rented recently or something. I don't know. Let's see. Anyway, that was just some off the dome thoughts. I hope that that wasn't too alienating for this audience. I mean, when is this going to be out? Let's see. I'm trying to see when this new Toxic Avenger release is coming out. If they have it, I know that Ryan did a special feature on this new Toxic Avenger set 4K release or whatever, and I really liked the movie, so I'd recommend that. Yeah, I'm a little bummed I won't be there too, but it is kind of physically taxing on me to sit in a movie theater chair that isn't a recliner for 24 hours straight. Hmm. New Blu-ray reviews. I mean, if you want to get this new Corpse Bride, I don't know if the release is good, but I fucking love that movie. The new release of Flow is out. I love that movie. I don't know. There's probably some recent Criterion ones that are probably really good. Fuck, I feel like there's actually... Okay, now I'm going to check the site. Maybe I should share my screen with you all. No, don't. Not that. The Shrouds. I fucking love this movie, and that should be out in time, I think. If you don't have a copy of Eyes Without a Face, or if you've never seen it, I recommend this. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm probably going to get a tattoo of it at some point. Although I know that there are other releases that are Region B that are perhaps better. I'm not sure. Oh, that Wes Anderson set's coming out soon, I guess, if you want to splurge on that. That Nightmare Alley set looks really good. You've never seen Eyes Without a Face. Oh, you really should. Yeah, maybe grab that. Do your due diligence. Maybe there's a better release elsewhere. But yeah, I think you should get your hands on that in some capacity because it's really a special movie. I think that's it. We're gonna run this back. Thank you, Amspray. I appreciate it. You're the best. Thank you, Jeff, for being so active in the chat and for the personal donation. I really appreciate that as well. Y'all are the best. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Hopefully, we can do it again next Saturday and get through another 2 months of this, right? All right. Thanks, y'all.